Since I started talking about and working specifically with global regulation, and an old term is saving the world, I get asked more and more the same question, and that is, isn't everything lost already? So why should I get active? Why should I change my life? Why should I face all my inner fear from the world getting destroyed? Like why? Because the moment I become more active is the moment that I become more aware of the fact, or at least the pretty realistic concern, that the world is lost and already irreversibly damaged. And I want to respond to this very common question of fear, because it's brought up so regularly and because it tends to block people from taking action. So here's the thing. The matrix of the question is part of the problem. The matrix of the question is, I'm willing to do something that I otherwise wouldn't be willing to do, but I'm just willing to do that when there will be an outer effect in the future that otherwise wouldn't be given to me, which is about aliveness, which is about life instead of death, etc. So it's basically us staying motivated in the matrix of, can I avoid something negative? And that is why we feel so unfree in our culture and era anyway. Because it is, let me sacrifice my today for a good tomorrow. But otherwise, I will stay with my good today. And the clue of the whole thing is, your today isn't as good as it could be or as it would be if you would have cracked the code internally of caring for a good tomorrow by making sure that your today is really, really good. So we have no idea about a good life. We have no idea about an alive life in our culture. And that thrills me because it leads to us stay as focused as you can on having a good today. But don't let yourself go too easily, too early, because something that's really, really alive and really, really something that your instincts desire, that your nervous systems desire, that your body truly wants to live in, such a matrix is a matrix that will fulfill you today, that will make you happy today, and that will by the matrix of full aliveness and ecstaticness and gratitude for life, will take care for the tomorrow automatically as well. So it's basically us stepping out of the victim matrix of the question, oh, yes, I would be part of the solution and I would step into my power for global regulation and for showing up for the rest of the planet as well, as long as you can guarantee me that the outcome tomorrow will be a good one. And I'm like, no, the outcome tomorrow might be even a worse thing, might be even the most horrific thing that you do not want to experience. It doesn't work in any degree of the attachment to the outer world. It's if you start putting your inner world first, if you start putting your instincts first, then you are doing that, period. You are doing that. No dialogue, no having to convince parts of yourself. Because if you crack or hack the code of what is collapse and what is truly serving your essence, if you learn to differentiate between layers of shutdown that just feel comfortable because you do not have to sense the numbness and sense the horror that's wrapped up in the numbness anymore, and something that's truly speaking from you to yourself, like your instincts, your inner wilderness, if you learn to differentiate in a somatic way, in a sensual way, then you automatically awaken to an inner world that is creating an outer world without that being stuck in just spiritual blah blah. So my request or my challenge in this video is, stop the question, because it's already revealing that you are stuck in a matrix that can never be part of the solution. In other words, in order to take the bitter medicine that comes from the path of freedom instead of the path of healing, which is something that I refer to so constantly in my work, the world will die tomorrow. If this makes you settle down for less than a fully alive today, you personally with your life today, that's something that you didn't get. It's something that I didn't understand. It's something that both of us did not embody because we are daughters and sons of a wounded and confusing and confused culture. But we shouldn't blame the tomorrow that's dying for having settled down with less than an ecstatic today.